Hey Drop, welcome to Horsehead Bookends for another Gaming Friday. Today we are going to do a quick playthrough and review of Bamboo from German Millan and Devir game. Bamboo is a 2 to 4 player game where you are in charge of a family, where you are growing and harvesting bamboo and at the same time trying to bring balance to your home by collecting certain tiles on the board. The game is played over 4 rounds. Each round has 4 different phases of the season: spring, summer, winter, and fall. And at the end of the game, the person with the most happiness points wins. So I have it set up right now for a 3-player game, and we're going to take a look at it and play through a few rounds and see how it goes. Now, I'm not going to show you how to play the game or teach you how to play the game because there are other videos out there that can do a better job explaining it than I can. But I will show you some of the actions and I'll explain the best of my abilities how the game plays. So let's check it out. Here is the main board for Bamboo. As you can see, there seems to be a lot going on here, but it's really all explanatory once you get the hang of it. Around the outside of the board are your happiness points, victory points, however you want to call them, for see who wins the end of the game. And in the middle of the board, it shows you the different actions you can take. Right here is your balance action, which you can get these tokens to place on your player boards to establish balance in your house, depending on what it says on the token. Over here are the pots, which are different items that you actually place on your player board. And what you want to do is you want to pick up these pots to go along with your balance tokens that you get. On the bottom right here is food. At the end of one of the phases, you do have to feed your family, and how much you feed them is how many pots you have in your house. Down below is a money action, which you will get 2 gold. Over on the right hand side are all the spirits. What happens is when you play action items, you put your incense sticks on underneath the little spirits, and whoever has the most gets that spirit, and they give you some special powers. And over down here on the bottom left is the bamboo garden. What happens is as you plant bamboo, these bamboos push up and everything on the top actually moves back to your player board. Let's take a quick look at the player boards right now. Here is your player board. This is for the purple player, who is the first player. You start with 3 incense. Every round you get another piece of incense, and those are actually your action points, or the actions you can take if you have enough bamboo to cover it. On all the bamboo pieces that you do harvest, there are symbols that correspond with the actions on the board. So if you're playing bamboo to the bamboo forest to plant it, depending on what you want to plant, that is what you get. For example, on the top, if you can see it on the screen, I have a balance action and I actually have a food action. Below I have money, again food and money, and down below in red you have a pot action. Now these are all random at the beginning of the game, so everyone's just slightly different. Over here is your little marker to determine what temple you are going to place your offering on the right hand side of the board for the spirits. Let me pull the camera back out and we will go through the phases of the game and we'll play through a few rounds. Alright, well it seems everything appears to be within frame, so this is good enough for now. At the top of the player board are the 4 seasons per round. We have spring, summer, winter, and fall. In phase 1, in the spring, the players receive the incense and gifts from the forest, which are these little tiles right here. You mix them up and draw 3, and each person selects which one they want, and that's basically a free gift, and you take your incense as well. In phase 2, in summer, the players take turn performing their actions. That's when you actually select what temple you want to put an offering to. You put the incense in and you get to plant the bamboo and take that action. In phase 3 is autumn. Players receive favor from the spirits of the forest. That is when you decide which spirit you get if you are the most, if you provided the most offerings of incense to that spirit. And then finally, phase 4 in winter, players wake up the spirits of the forest, they feed their family, and they update some parts of the board, which actually includes burning the bottom row of the balance tile and the pot tile. So let's get started with the game. All right, for the first round, we are going to shuffle some of these gifts of the forest, and we're going to randomly select 3. And I'll just do them here. We got one of those, we got one of those, and we have one of those. So purple player will select first. So purple player is going to take the pot action. And their incense. Yellow is going to take money, and green is going to take food. Well, it's the only one left, so it's the only one that they can take. Alright, so we did that, so now we move to the summer phase. And purple goes first. Actually, as soon as you take your tile, you perform that action. So I'm going to use my pot action. And I am actually going to take this bonsai tree right here. And as you can see on the tiles, let me see if I can zoom in. Okay, it shows you what type it is, and right here there's a bonsai tree, and it means something, and I'm not so sure what it was, but I will look it up. And it shows exactly how much weight it is. And this is very important for endgame scoring because you want to have balance on both sides of your board. If there is a difference in balance, you actually have to pay 2 points. You pay 2 happiness points for every 1 point of imbalance. So I am going to put this right in the center right there. Okay, alright, on the pot tiles or home tiles, there are decorations, which look like little lanterns, faith, which are little gates, the little red gates. There's a garden, which is the bonsai tree, and then there's a tool, which look like sandals. So I did that one, and I do actually have to pay 2 coins for it, and I do get 2 happiness points. So the next person goes, yellow takes 2 coins. They're going to put this back here, and they get 2 coins. And green takes a food action. So green is going to take this one right here. Alright, so now we're moving into the summer phase where we actually select our action. So I am going to move down here to red, and you pay 1 incense per bamboo, so I have 1 bamboo in there. So I am going to play this on the red, and it goes on the bottom. And the reason why you go from bottom to top, because it is a tiebreaker mechanic if you are tied with other players for incense. And then I will take out this. I take the red bamboo and I need to replant it. So I am going to replant it here. And I take my pot action and I'm going to pay 1. And I am going to take a gate and put it there. And now I push up the bamboo and I take this purple bamboo right here. So now it is yellow's turn. Yellow is actually going to play purple and put this on the purple. And they are going to take a balance tile. And that is going to go right there. And they take their, well, I should have placed the bamboo first. So I'm actually going to place this bamboo here and put that there and slide that up and bring it over here. It is now a green's turn. Alright, so green is actually going to do quite a bit. So green is going to go down here and they pay 3 incense to the red. And they get 3 actions. And they're going to put them one, and they get a balance token. And I think they want this one. I made a mistake with the balance. You can take 2 balance tokens. You can take one and claim one once it's finished, or you can just get 1 happiness point. With the 2 balance, I took 1. I don't know if I want to take another one. Okay, so I'm not going to take another one. With this one, I get 2 coins. So let me take 2 coins. And this one I get a pot. So I want, let's see, I am going to take 3 tokens, and I am buying, no, I'm going to take 2. And I'm buying this one. And I'm going to put it right here. And I get, and green gets 2 happiness points. 2. And now I push these up, and green gets a purple, a red, and a green. Now, one thing I did not mention, on all the symbols, there's also a star symbol on the bamboo. Now, a star's a wild. You can use that for anything. So now back to purple player. And purple is going to go over here and place some purple bamboo and put all 3 on purple right there. So let's see, we are going to have, let's do food first, and we're going to put food over here, and I'm going to take this food right there. No, I'm going to take this food. I am going to do this one for money. It's a wild card. And I'm going to do this one. And I think I want, I'm just going to take a point instead of taking another tile. So we push those up. And now purple is actually out of incense, so they will have to pass next round. All right, yellow's turn. Let's see, what are they gonna do? Now they can take, they can take red, but there's no way they're getting, see, that's got a pot. Do they need it? They kind of need, they have a lot of money, and they need a pot. All right, so let's do, you know what? We're gonna go, because we definitely want a spirit. We're gonna go here and take these 3, and we're going to put them in green. Oh, and that's actually a pretty good special ability. Alright, so we're going to take these 3 bamboos, and let's do, we're replacing the green bamboos for the yellow. So we want to do a, let's do one of those. One of those. And one of those. So let's do, so they get a balance, but I'm not going to take, yellow's not going to take a balance, they're going to take a point. So we got that. And we'll get this, put that down here. They're going to take some food, which they're going to take that and hold on to that, because that was a big pointing one. Oops. And we'll get this back. And they get 2 money. And I'll take take that. Okay, and now yellow is out of incense, so it is now green's turn, and they have one incense left. And they are going to go, you know what, no one's done a blue, so might as well go there. They're going to do this blue here and get some food, and they'll get one food. And they push that up, and they'll get that back. Oh, and they got to put there. Okay, so now the winter is done. Summer phase is over. So now it's time to move to the autumn phase. And the players receive favors from the spirits of the forest. So let's see, going from top to bottom, this is purple. Gets that one. And all the incense goes back. This one goes to green. This one goes to yellow. And this one goes to green as well. Alright, moving on to the winter phase. The players wake up the spirits of the forest, feed their family, and update parts of the board. So if you have used your Spirit of the Forest token, which gives you a special ability, you can refresh it right now. And now we also have to feed our family. Now you have to feed your family for however many pot tokens you have on your player board. So purple has 2, so they have 2. Oh, no, I think this goes out of the game. They have none, so they don't have to feed anything. And green has 1, so green will pay 1. Now if you cannot feed your family, you do lose happiness points for each one you cannot feed. Now we're back to the spring, and we will reset these. We will shuffle them all up. Draw out 3. Oh, hold on, not yet. We do need to replace tokens on the board. So these go away. This goes away. Everything slides down. And we refill. So now we shovel up the spirits of the forest again, the gifts of the forest, sorry. And we have coins, we have a rice ball, and we have a balance. And actually it is now the yellow player's turn to go first. So they will take their incense. And they will select, they'll select money. So they will get, well, yep, they get 2 money. 1, 2. They are going to select food, and they will take that one. And they're going to get a balance, and they are going to take this balance token. Oh no, wait, they can't take that. They don't want that one. They're going to take this one. Alright, and they get their incense. And now it's time to start another round. See, the game is pretty easy once you get the hang of what everything does. Okay, so that was Bamboo by German Millan, published by Devir Games. Recently, German Millan has been my favorite game developer. He put out Sabika last year, which was in my top 5 games of 2022. The year before that, he did Batoku, and this year, he did Bamboo. I didn't even realize it came out until I was looking up some things on Board Game Geek, and I found that it was released, so I actually purchased it. It's actually a pretty small box. So far, I really enjoy the way the game plays. If you are familiar with either of his other games that I both reviewed on this channel previously, you will, it seems like it's a lot in the beginning, but as you get more accustomed to the actions and the rules, the game is extremely fun and it flows really, really smoothly. I also really like the small form factor of the game compared to some of the other games like Batoku, which has a lot of pieces, and especially Sabika, which has a good amount of pieces and setup. If you're playing 2 players, there are some extra rules for the game. I'm not exactly sure how it plays out at 2 players, but I will definitely try it in the future at 2 and at 4 and try to find the sweet spot. But right now, just testing it out, I think the way it plays at 3 people is probably the sweet spot for this game. So I am super happy to have this in the collection, and I'm sure I will be playing this quite a bit. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, please don't forget to click on subscribe, ring the notification bell. You get notified anytime I upload a new video. Questions or comments, feel free to post them below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Otherwise, talk to you later.